Hi, and thanks for joining me today for another delicious pumpkin recipe. If you missed my last one, I'll link that in the description box so you can check that out. Today's recipe is going to be healthy pumpkin oat muffins. I've been making these every fall for many years and they're very delicious. So first of all, what we're going to do is we're going to start out with our dry ingredients. And here I have 1.5 cups of whole wheat flour. And to that, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of baking powder and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And then I'm also going to use some pumpkin pie spice. This is homemade. I'll put that recipe video in the description box along with the pumpkin puree in case you missed that. If you don't have pumpkin spice, then you can do about 1.5 teaspoons of cinnamon and a pinch of nutmeg and a pinch of ginger. But here I'm going to do 2 tablespoons of my pumpkin pie spice. And I'm just going to go ahead and give this a quick mix to just kind of incorporate everything together. Next, we're going to do 1 cup of oats. These are old-fashioned oats, and I like to put them in the food processor just to kind of break them up just a little bit. Not grind them into a powder, but just get them coarsely ground. You can also use quick oats. I think those are a little bit smaller. That would work great in this recipe, but I'm just going to go ahead and pulse these up. Go ahead and add that and stir that together. I find that when I grind them up, they have a little bit of a better texture than the big, huge chunks of oats. Okay, now onto our wet ingredients. I think the secret to light and fluffy, delicious muffins is the food processor. So I'm going to put all of my wet ingredients in here and pulse it just a little bit. It helps beat the eggs and it makes the muffins light and fluffy. So I've got my ingredients at room temperature because I'm using coconut oil. You can use whatever kind of oil you like, butter, canola oil, whatever. But if you're using coconut oil, make sure your ingredients are all room temperature and not so cold or it'll change the texture of the muffins. I made these a couple weeks ago and the texture was just a little bit off because my ingredients, I made it last minute and they were all cold. So it can be done, it just comes out a little bit different. 2 eggs. 1/4 cup plus 2 tablespoons of milk, and I am using almond milk because I want to keep this recipe dairy free. 2 teaspoons of vanilla, 3/4 cup of honey, 1/3 cup of melted coconut oil, 1 cup of pumpkin puree. Now this is homemade pumpkin puree, and I divided it into bags, and here I just wrote muffins 1 cup, so that way I can just pull this out and thaw it. How I like to get all of this out is I just snip the corner off and then I just squeeze it into my food processor here. So I'm just going to pulse this up just a little bit until it's all mixed together. And I'm just going to add my liquid ingredients into my dry ingredients. And you're just going to mix this up until it's blended really well. You can also add chocolate chips in here if you'd like, or you can add nuts. All right, now we're going to spoon this into our greased muffin pan. So this made 12 muffins, and I'm going to put it in the oven at 350 for about 18 to 20 minutes. And I'll check them a little bit before because sometimes they tend to burn a little bit quickly. So here's the muffins. They're all finished baking. They were in the oven for about 19 minutes, and I'm going to let them cool completely before I put them into Ziploc bags to freeze. They turned out really good. They're really delicious, so give this recipe a try. Let me know what you think. And next week, I'm gonna be sharing my absolute favorite pumpkin recipe of all times. I'm really excited about it, so stay tuned for that. Thumbs up if you like this video, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.